the construction of a border wall and the overhaul of asylum laws, including raising the threshold for asylum requests. The actor strike may be ending soon as SAG-AFTRA and studios have reportedly settled on AI usage terms. The final phase of discussions between lead negotiators and studios is scheduled for today. This is USA News.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
A 69-year-old Jewish man is dead after a head injury following an altercation at an Israel-Hamas war protest in Ventura County, California. The death followed a confrontation with a counter-protester as both pro-Israeli and pro-Palestinian demonstrations were held at the same location. The medical examiner said that Paul Kessler's death was a homicide. Authorities have not ruled out the possibility that it was a hate crime. The White House is downplaying recent polls that indicate President Biden is behind Donald Trump in crucial battleground states. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre advised caution when interpreting the polls, suggesting they should be taken with a grain of salt.
Back in October of 22, there were multiple stories about how there was going to be a red wave, Democrats were going to be wiped out. And we're not talking about that.
According to a survey conducted by the New York Times and Siena College, Trump is leading Biden in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. Friends enthusiasts have pushed the sitcom to the forefront of popularity on streaming platforms in the U.S. According to data gathered by the streaming guide Just Watch, Friends claimed the highest spot from October 30th to November 5th, coinciding with the passing of star Matthew Perry. Perry, who passed away at 54 in his Los Angeles home on October 28th, was a pivotal figure in the show. And a family welcomed a bouncing baby boy last month, born nearly twice the size of the average baby. The baby weighed 14 pounds, 8 ounces. I'm John Schaefer, USA News.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229, 800-734-1229.
The following is an America Matters Media production. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the station or its advertisers, although we think they should. But that's the opinion of America Matters Media.
Now she's gone like a little Enoch song all the way to MIA, where she thinks that she belongs. Poof, now she's gone like a little Enoch song all the way to MIA, where she thinks that she belongs.
Welcome to What's the Story? My name is Janice Hermson. I'm your host, and this is our second hour here with Ed Knoll. Welcome back, Ed.
Wow.
It was
right?
a crazy
Just
hour.
like, wow. That was like turning on a salt light.
It was interesting. That's for sure.
Really loved that.
Yep.
I could talk to him for days, right? Get me in the room.
You know, there were so many things I wanted to ask, and there just was absolutely no time at all.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward. I think Shannon was probably going to have him on, so maybe I'll have an opportunity to ask him some of the questions, although who knows at this point. I really wanted to ask him about some of the buildings that he saw besides the hospitals when he was in Washington, D.C. and doing some of his traveling around. He he did a lot of investigation that most people would not bother
I
with.
remember when we were sitting here, actually, I was sitting where you were. Doug was with us,
Mhm.
and we were, looking at his posts
Right.
from DC
Right.
during that time
Yep.
period. So for me, that's really real meeting him.
Yeah, it was nice. It was very nice. So we thank Richard Potzner for being with us. And now we have Brian T. Shirley. And we've missed you, Brian. Welcome to What's the Story again.
Oh, I missed y'all too. It's great to be back.
Let the bands play.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. How are you doing, Edward?
Not bad, right? I'm still kicking and I got energy and I'm just looking for something to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sound like-
mortgage world, it's an interesting time in life for people in the mortgage biz.
So it's like the old, Civil War days. They're going to be using their mortgage documents for wallpaper.
Looking for something to do, huh? That sounds like you came across the, board.
Well,
He's learned a lot about books.
I've learned a lot about books. I'm kind of a what's the story reporter.
Absolutely.
And an all-time news hound.
There you go. But Brian, you've been a busy guy. I just cannot believe all the things that you are doing right now. Share a little bit with the audience.
Well, I've been trying to get into more films as the career is always moving, hopefully forward. So as of yesterday, or no, actually, as of today, I was talking with director Adrian Roman, who I did Oak on the Outside. I play a detective in that. And here's something that, you hope happens. And when it does, you're just blown away. And that's that your film finds an audience. And because all of a sudden, Oak on the Outside took off on YouTube. It's on Amazon Prime and Tubi TV and Reveal TV as well. So you can see it on there. But, and it took a year for this to happen. But that film, yesterday when I talked to him, it had 360,000 views.
Wow.
On YouTube.
Wow.
Today, it's at 370. So since I've talked to him, it's gotten 10,000 more views. And, we just hope that it continues. And we've just finished filming. He's still got a few scenes to film, but this thing is going to be hopefully bigger, and it's going to relate to what's going on politically in this country right now. And it's called The Third Party. We just finished shooting that this year. Like I said, we still have a few scenes to shoot, but not a lot. And this is the first time I'm playing a third build character in a feature film. So I had a lot of dialogue and things, which I never really worried about how many lines I have. My theory is don't worry about the number of lines. Worry about doing the ones you have as good as you can.
That's perfect.
If you've got 3 lines and somebody else has 15, you do your 3 lines and you kick butt. People are going to remember you.
True.
That's all I wrap my head around. But Third Party is about somebody that's running for president, and I play his chief of staff. And well, he's running into friction in his own party. So he's got to make some decisions. I don't want to give too much away, but the title pretty much does. You can kind of guess. And we're starting to see that happen in this election, the run up to 2024, if you know what I mean. In particular, one candidate who is seemingly going towards the independents.
Seemingly, huh?
Yeah. If you don't know who I'm talking about, let's just say he has a big family name in politics.
Yes, he does.
So
Yes, he does.
we're really looking forward to getting this out. And I'm just so happy that Oak on the Outside found an audience, because that's very important, not just for this film, but for the next one,
Right.
So
Timing's a big deal.
Well, it's sort of like books,
That's true.
Brian. When you only have one, that's just not enough. The first one can play off of the second, right?
Yeah, there's my What's the Story cup, by the way.
Ah, yay.
Right. It's all about momentum. It's all about putting out good products and, an interesting story. There you go. There's a book right there. You got to have an interesting story, something that grabs the reader. Same with films, and interesting characters. And if you're doing an audio book, which I just finished doing 2, as a matter of fact, they're short. One's about cruise ships, and the other one is it's motivational. And so I think that's where it starts. Everything starts with writing. And Edward, I think we've touched on this before on this show, that's where music, movies, TV, stand-up all starts with writing. So books are the basis. And Adrian has actually, Adrian Roman, the director, has actually won some awards for other scripts that he's put out. So
that's a question I have. Are these stories books?
No, these are his from ground zero is a script on all these films that he's done. So there's no books. He doesn't write a book first and then go on to make the film out of that. Which, even if you do write a book and you're going to make a movie out of it, you still have to do the screenplay. And, sometimes things change a lot.
That's right.
Before it gets to the film.
And things are going to change for us right now, too, because we have to take a quick little break here. And then we'll be back with more from What's the Story. Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
Hey, sister, where you headed? Suitcase in hand, hairpin back, him in your head. Hey, sister, better watch out, danger ahead.
Have you, a friend, or family member been diagnosed with cancer? Dr. Forsyth at the Forsyth Cancer Care Center offers an all-inclusive program to treat adult types of cancer. The Forsyth Immune Protocol Cancer Treatment Plan, in a current prospective study of over 6.5 years and 1,200 adult cancer patients, has produced a remarkable 30 times greater survival statistic when compared to conventional full-dose chemotherapy. Greater than 95% of all their patients choose low-dose insulin-potentiated life chemotherapy, using only 10 to 15% chemotherapy dosing with insulin. Dr. Forsyth has long been considered one of the most respected physicians in the United States, particularly for his treatment of cancer and the legal use of human growth hormone. Located in Reno, Nevada, Dr. Forsyth has seen patients from all over the world. To schedule your consultation today, call 775-827-0707. That number again is 775-827-0707.
Businesses, writers, check this out. Go to lrpnv.com to get your printing, publishing, and professional services today. Need a virtual office? A place to receive and forward your mail with professional address and suite number for your business? Someone to answer your telephones? Want to rent a conference room for only $15 an hour? What about that book you've been wanting to have printed? LRP Printing and Business Center can do it for you, and they have a professional assistant on site daily, Monday through Friday. Just call 775-356-1004. Need copies, business cards, invoices, books, booklets, or graphic design to help brand you or your business? Just call 775-356-1004 or go to lrpnv.com. With a great selection of new and used books, you can get your printing done and a book to entertain you in your time off. And don't forget, you could have your business sponsoring the Bookhound Radio Show, just like Andrew Martoni, author of Little Man in the Map, does every week. Just go to lrpnv.com. That's lrpnv.com or call 775-356-1004. They'll provide solutions for your business and writing projects.
The Delta and Bonanza saloons in Virginia City are simply elegant. Imagine ascending the grand staircase and being surrounded by the Victorian elegance and grandeur of the historic banquet rooms. Original crystal chandeliers, mahogany bars, and oak dance floors highlight the eloquently appointed spaces. A truly romantic and unique setting for your wedding, banquets, or holiday parties. Detailed ceremony and menu planning ensures your special event is a memorable occasion. With just one call to Jesse at 775-847-0789, all of your arrangements will be handled by by their experienced staff with your every expectation in mind, including cakes, flowers, photography, videography, music, and party amenities. Complete ceremony and reception packages are available, as well as their famous themed weddings. Since 1865, the Delta and Bonanza Saloon's guests have come from every state in the union. Now it's your turn. No event is too large or too small. Let the Delta and Bonanza Saloon plan your next incredible event. Call Jesse at 775-847-0789.
This is Paco, and I host In the Swing, your program about swing music and big band songs from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. You hear us right here on KPGF 93.7 FM or on the World Wide Web at americamatters.us. So tune in on Saturday mornings right here and listen to In the Swing.
Unable to listen to the whole show? A recording of today's program will be available later today. Visit americamatters.us and click on the podcast link. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. This is What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson. I am here with Ed Knoll, co-host, and Doug Ashby. We still miss him, and he said he was going to come back. He visited with us at the
at your anniversary,
at our anniversary party.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, Doug, if you're listening, we miss you. We want you to come back.
Don't be petulant.
So, don't be petulant. That's right. Word of the day, petulant. We didn't give a heads up to Brian, so Brian, we'll forgive you if you're not on board with our petulant.
Well, I don't know. Brian's kind of like the antonym of petulant.
Oh, he's got something there. What you got?
Oh, I saw. I actually,
you did?
I actually looked it up.
And, good man. See, you're right on with What's the Story.
Wow, Jan's trained you well. She did that to me a long time ago.
I'll tell you what's petulant is these idiots that are destroying paintings, trying to talk about global warming or whatever the hell they're trying to do. As soon as I saw the childly, sulky, or bad-tempered, as soon as I saw that, it just reminded me of that. That just happened. I forgot where, but they took a hammer to we got to start putting these people in jail or something. I mean, here's my thoughts. If you are trying to make a point, and to make your point, you have to destroy things, there's something wrong with what. So
you know what? That's an education problem. If you can't communicate with words, you got a problem. And a lot of folks do.
And they should listen to What's the Story and learn all about words.
No kidding.
Well, but I mean, even stronger than that is there's something wrong with what they're saying. Because if you can't just say it and the truth is enough of what you're saying, you don't have to destroy things. If you have to start destroying things or blocking traffic, it's because you don't think what you're saying is strong enough on its own terms. So you have to do something. Oh, we got to make people notice. If you're speaking the truth, you don't have to do all that.
It should overwhelm all the other things, is what you're saying. Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I know it doesn't come out that way, but I do. I think that the truth should speak for itself, and if they're telling a truth, then they wouldn't need to destroy a statue or a painting or whatever to make their point.
Well, right. And to me, the government or society, we're not holding people accountable. They're going, oh, that group, right? Or, these protesters on college, this caused that. Well, no, it may have, but those folks are in control of their own bodies and mouths. I mean, right? I mean, they're responsible.
I think if they glue themselves to the pavement, leave them there. Don't.
I think that's a good idea. I'm with you. Super glue.
Or if you're going to bring it, use a spatula. That's, to get them off of it. Make it painful as hell.
Did they really do something like that, Brian? Is that what you're relating, or are you just making this up?
No, they've done it. I've seen it. They glue themselves to the pavement and then.
I say leave them there. Yeah, that'll be embarrassing after a little bit.
healthcare.
Well, you might
healthcare
hurt
workers-
them removing the glue.
Yeah, don't
Oh,
bother.
screw 'em, you know.
Yeah.
No, don't bother. Like I say, after a little bit, they're going to be in big trouble. Hopefully, they're not eating or drinking much.
Yeah. Oh, let me show you one more thing before we get to the juicy stuff. This is one thing I've been working on. It's called Bingleton Socks. It's another one of my Bingleton Socks skits, Out of This World. You can see it's a
I can see.
flying saucer there. It's actually, I wrote this years ago, but I finally put some money behind it. So I'm making an animated short, and it's called Bingleton Socks, Out of This World, and just got the final thing today. There's a couple of things I want done with it differently, but they're pretty much finished with it. And I'm going to let Janice be one of the first people and Ed too, be one of the first public to see it. I'm not putting it out publicly yet. I'm going to send it to some film festivals, but it'll be out shortly. And I think we need humor. So that's why.
Yes, we do.
I did it. It's kind of it's not kind of, it's a funny short video. But did you get the MP3 I sent?
We did. We've got it. Yes. Do you want us to play it first? Do you want to tell the story first?
No, let's do it, and I can tell the story.
Okay, he's queued up for it, and so Shanimal, fire away. Oh, okay. He's got to have a minute.
Okay, well,
you know what? It's nice to have people.
I'll tell the story. This
Tell
has
the
to
story.
do with our border. It's because when our government tells us, oh no, they're not walking across the border, Jean Pierre, whatever the hell her name is. No, they're not walking across the border. Or the border secure. Here's how bad it is. We know in this country it isn't. It's so bad that people outside of the country know and are using it to scam people inside the country. And this phone call you're going to hear that's real that I got while I was sitting here, I had to run into my studio where I do my voiceovers because it hit me while the guy's talking. I'm going to record this if I can get there and set it up quick enough. So
All right, here we go.
All right, so this is it.
You said you were U.S. Customs?
Yes, I'm from Customs and Border Protection. My name is Officer Jason Owens.
Okay. And what number are you calling from?
I'm calling you from El Paso, Texas.
And what's the phone number?
It's satellite generated call.
I'm sorry?
It's satellite generated call.
Yes, and what's that number?
You don't know that number?
No.
Okay. He hung up. Here's several points to this because you didn't hear the beginning because I was trying to get to record it. He was telling me that he was from the U.S. Customs and Border. He was an agent and that they had intercepted a package coming through the border with my name on it. So they called to let me know that they have a package and they need to talk to me about it. And obviously you can tell by his accent, that was stupid number one when he said, hello, I am Jim Smith or whatever. He didn't even use a name.
I really liked when he said it was a satellite generated call.
Right. Yeah. But he didn't even use a name.
So all our border agents have satellite phones.
Well, not only that, but he didn't even use a name that fits the ethnicity or whatever of his accent. I'm Bob Smith, but I am Bob Smith. It's
right.
Wait a minute.
So wait till they get good at that. They'll get better. Best I can tell, they keep
haven't
getting
tried.
better.
This has been going on for a long time, and they haven't tried to get better.
I know, but this is the first time I've ever had somebody call me using the border. So that's how bad our border is. They are using scams now with our border. And, that you could hear people in the background.
Of course.
So the other thing that tells me is this ain't just some guy acting on his own. They've got call centers up.
Yes.
Well, right. Probably right next to the bio labs.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But or the sex trafficking, this it all goes together. It all flows. We all know that. It has to.
I was going to say that sounds like a whale of a job. Call center. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're doing everything there. It's like the Steven Seagal movies or something you see where
yeah, exactly.
The come in and everybody's trying to get the drugs away. And
can you wear a cape?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Steven Seagal kind of wears a cape all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
just for those who aren't informed, like
yes.
But that was a real call. I posted it on all over, social
all over
media
the place
and everything. And I actually had somebody say something to the effect of, "Yeah, nice try," or something like that. And I'm going, why would I post this as a fake?
Right.
I know I'm a comedian and everything, but I would say something. I would be like, okay, it's just a joke.
Well, yeah, you give the punchline or something, right?
Right. And that was 100% real. And the only reason it sounds so good is because I put it next to my microphone in my little studio. I think I may have even cleaned it up a little bit before I put it out.
I don't know. It seems to me you could take that cut and use it as a bit part in a movie.
You basically could. I mean, that could be that could be the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Watch out! That guy will come after you for royalties.
You know he will. That's how you.
Oh, I wish he would. I really do.
Yep.
I mean, it's really
Smith.
Right.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe we've gone through this segment already.
What?
That's incredible. That is incredible, Brian. You just took us through another one. No, that's good. That's good. We're going to be back with more from Brian T. Shirley. We have not heard everything that we need to hear, so he'll be back with us. And this is What's the Story.
Hey, all you entrepreneurs out there, whether you have a small business or work from home, LaRue Press offers a virtual office and business address for all your business needs. Located at 280 Gregg Street, Suite 10, LaRue Press is your personal assistant for friendly all-day service. Need a conference room to meet with clients? You got it. With LaRue Press, you also get phone answering service, mail forwarding, package pickup, and even help branding your business. Call LaRue Press at 849-3814 or go online to lrpnv.com.
Hi, I'm Noreen Leary, CEO of the Veterans Guest House. Guest House is a home away from home for our veterans and their families who travel to Reno for medical care. Our house is more than just a warm bed. It's a place of camaraderie where veterans can find support and long-lasting friends. We serve veterans, men and women, young and old, Navy, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, and Air Force. Wherever they hail from and whatever their circumstance, the Veterans Guest House is ready to support them. The reason we feel so strongly about our mission is that we know that many veterans would forgo their medical treatments because they simply can't afford the accommodations. The guest house is one of a kind in the country, funded entirely through private donations. Want to know how you can help? There are many ways you can be involved, from volunteering, providing dinners, or supplying items from our wish list. Find out more about the guest house at www.veteransguesthouse.org. Serving veterans today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
We're talking to Victor from Precision Diamonds. Victor, we have talked before about the fact that you started 27 years ago in Park Lane Mall in a little kiosk. You are now in your own building across the street from the convention center. You've had to do something right.
Well, as we like to think that hard work, you like to think that it does pay off, but you get lucky along the way. You worked hard, you pay attention, and you get yourself ready. So hopefully when the right opportunity comes up to buy a beautiful building like we just have, you triple your size, you cut your overhead by half, and now you know that you're more competitive than ever.
Plus, you've had a chance to use all of the things you learned from that little kiosk in Park Lane Mall.
Oh, man, along the way, I'll tell you, as far as writing that lease check every month, boy, there were times that it was really hard to do, so you learn from your landlords, and it was really great feeling to say goodbye to the landlord. This has allowed us to truly become your local jeweler, your personal shopper.
Thank you, Victor. Precision Diamonds, your local jeweler across from the convention center.
Barbecue, the Butcher's Kitchen, would like to thank every customer for your loyalty and continued support through these challenging times. Call for takeout and delivery of rib tips, brisket, ahi, tuna, roasted veggies, and much more. Charbacue's open from 11 to 7, Monday through Saturday, and delivers hot food safe and healthy. Call 499-5855 for details. 499-5855 Charbacue, as featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives. Get real. Get into Charbacue Reno.
This is Paco, and I host In the Swing, your program about swing music and big band songs from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. You hear us right here on KPGF 93.7 FM or on the World Wide Web at americamatters.us. So tune in on Saturday mornings right here and listen to In the Swing.
Wake up, the sun below. Got another road to sow. Let the fire feel the hope swelling up from the depths of my soul.
Are you shy and don't want to talk on the air? Text us your questions or comments to 775-237-2266. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. This is What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson here with Ed Knoll. And we have Brian T. Shirley on the line with us. And Brian, thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon.
I really appreciate it. You guys have done an amazing job with everything you've been doing on this show. Can I shamelessly plug something for somebody real fast?
Absolutely.
This is a book, and I know you didn't publish it, but you're so generous with that. By E.C. Stilson, and she is fighting terminal cancer.
Oh.
It just came out, and you can get it on Amazon. It's
Well,
called
I will help promote that. You know me.
Oh, yeah, I know. And this is Ring the Bell, and she's part of our circle, as you know. And she is such a brave woman and an inspiration, and it's just come out.
Awesome.
Stilson, and it's on Amazon. And she did not know that I was doing this.
Oh, well, I'm so glad.
Clue.
Well, let her know that I will, if she posts something, she should tag me and I will share it all over the place.
Okay. I'm going to take a selfie with it and send it to her because I haven't yet. But she's just very inspirational. And it's amazing the posts she does. She posts from the hospital and stuff, but you'd have to see it. I mean, she really does. She brings it right to you, but she just lets you know, hey, I'm going through this, and you have to go through it. It's like when you're going through hell, keep going.
Yeah. You got to get out on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm glad that you did that for her. That's awesome. And like I say, if give her my information or give me hers or something, and we'll make sure that we talk about that.
Yes, I sure will.
Okay.
So the holidays are coming up, and folks, I want everybody to stay safe out there, and just remember, with all this crap and all this noise that we hear, on the news and everything, I really don't think it's as bad as it seems sometimes, because if there was that many evil people in the world, we wouldn't be able to sit here and do this. We'd be hiding under our beds. So I want people to keep that in mind with all the things that are going on, because sometimes I watch it too much, to be honest, and I have to tune out a little bit, although it's hard.
Yeah, if you watch regular media outlets, they want us uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, they're looking to trigger. That's the game.
Yeah, and that's part of staying strong is not getting triggered. And I have to fight it, especially with what was going on in Israel, and now people that are pulling for evil.
Right. Brian, it's hard because in order to do what you do, you kind of have to be in touch with what's going on in the world, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, my take on this is I try very hard not to watch any mainstream news other than, and that's hard because I need to be informed as well. So I do a lot of alternate. And then what I do is I look at that which I don't always believe either, and then go to, instead of watching, I go to the internet, look at what the stories are that they're putting out that are relative to what I've seen, and it keeps me from being too triggered.
Well,
Right?
we get all caught up in the emotions. Fortunately, I was born being able to see big picture, so you can look at the news and put it all together and go, well, that's ridiculous, right? That's overreach. Or for me, it's an understanding. And when people try to push me, I push back, right? And that's comforting.
It's that arrogant thing in you.
I don't know. It's that there
That's
is
why he
this,
deals-
there is
that's why he
this
deals with
like,
money.
Brian's trying to say something.
No,
Go ahead,
go
Brian.
I just said that's why he deals with money. You got to be arrogant to deal with it.
maybe there's just cells in my body that hate to be pushed by non-generous folks.
But I'm listening to Brian, and I'm feeling that anger that's underneath there from some of the things that apparently you've been seeing, and I recognize it, because it's why I don't watch that news, because they do know how to push your buttons. They do know how to get under your skin, despite the fact that I can do the same thing. I can turn around and say, I'm not going to let them blah, blah, blah. But it's still, that emotional part is hard to, it's hard to separate sometimes, not always.
No,
but
I'm
sometimes.
with you. Well, I'm not strong at it. I'm a section person, and I can just section it off, right? And go,
Compartmentalize it.
that's outside of me, right?
Gotcha. So, Brian, you need to learn to compartmentalize that stuff. Like
He likely does already.
I've had to learn to go the 30,000 foot view, and I wasn't born with it. I wasn't born with it like Ed.
I'm lucky with that. Right? I don't know how to talk to people. I can see what they're going to do. I know what they're going to do or where they're going, but I don't know what they're saying.
So you know when somebody's going to be driving a Ford Pinto in 6 months before they do.
Totally. Right? You know what? That's so funny.
That's
I was watching Charlie's Angels last night, right? And Kate Jackson drives that orange Pinto wagon.
Oh, gosh. I don't even remember.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's... She must not have been making a lot of money.
She was a cop.
Maybe those were they new back? They were new back then, so maybe that was a new car.
So right, I'm in the first season. I just thought it would be fun to revisit.
Oh,
that's funny.
That is funny. Now I listened to Now and Then the other day. Have y'all heard that yet?
Boy, that sounds familiar.
So it's a current show, right?
No, it's the new old Beatles song. I don't know
how. I haven't heard it yet.
It is eerie. It is. It's just weird because it brought John Lennon back to life. Really, is what it did, because it's his song, and they sing on.
I've heard. I listen to Sirius classic radio, and they've been talking about it for a long time. It's how AI has taken John's voice out of those old recordings.
Oh,
that's what they did, and then with John and Ringo and put it back together.
Yeah, it's uncanny. Give it a listen just for the heck of it. I just bring it up because it fits into the retro thing, and the George is playing guitar on it too. So there's somehow they got that, and the video is really cool. I mean, you would love the video. It's amazing what they do, and it's like people are so scared of AI now. That's all you hear, and this goes back to what Janice was saying about watching certain. People are in the news or whatever, they try to scare the hell out of you with AI. I don't worry about AI. You know why? One word: buffering. That's it. Because
buffering. Best I know, everything has an on-off switch.
That's when that little circle on your computer, when your computer won't do anything. And it just sits there and goes like this.
Oh, yeah. The circle used to be the hourglass.
Yeah. Now it's a circle. So, hey, Brian, I want to make sure that we have you talk about your interview on canvasrebel.com.
Oh, yeah. That's and this is something that a lot of people can do. It's really now we've got these magazines out there online, basically magazines that are taking people such as myself that have artistic endeavors, or just your average person, especially entrepreneurs. This is big for entrepreneurs. And
So
give you
they'd take me,
a
Brian.
platform.
They'd take me.
Yeah, they take you. They'll take you if you'll give yourself to them. They will. And, that's what it is. It's a platform. It's just another platform, a way to get yourself out there. And that was every interview I try to make a little different, try to hit different points. And the big point I was driving home in that one was the underdog, because I find sometimes when you've been doing something for 30 years and you're still not at the level you want to be, when people go, "Oh, America loves the underdog," you sometimes you're kind of like, yeah, if they make it, they do. If they don't give a damn about the underdog. But
right. It's just like folks with money. I think Americans are like, I can be that.
Right.
Right. I can be that. They strive. And so I think the reason, we don't tax rich folks to death is, hey, that's going to be me someday.
Yeah, but they have. I thought
exactly.
this was awesome because I posted this on Facebook, by the way, in the comment section near the show. It's canvasrebel.com and then /meet-Brian-Shirley. But it shows Brian on the red carpet in front of the Spider-Man, the Dark Age banner. So
Yes.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty
And
cool. You look sharp there, Brian.
Well, thank you. That's what the article, I wanted to pinpoint that, because here was a kid that was a freshman in high school and wrote this short film, which turned out to be, I think, 36 minutes long, which people go, "Oh, it's just 36 minutes. Try doing 5 minutes, folks."
Yeah.
Anyway, it was just amazing to see the support for this kid from his friends and family. They put together, his family put that red carpet, and friends put that red carpet together. It was just a classy event. And
That's very cool.
Yeah, it took him 2 years to get to the fruition of that. He started when he was a freshman in high school. Now he's a senior, and he's writing another episode. And it's a fan film, Ed. I don't know if you've heard of that term, but it's a fan film. And that means they don't make any money off of it because it's a Marvel property, Spider-Man. But if you go on YouTube, you can see fan films for Star Wars, Jason.
Very cool.
That's a term I didn't know, but
There
thank
you go.
you. That makes sense.
You educated him right into the break. How about that? All right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. This is What's the Story.
From the depths of my soul, feel out the burning flames, not scalding in my face. Let the worry incinerate, smolder out under each step I take.
At A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, we've been accomplishing happy feet for over 30 years.
We offer a various range of shoe styles and sizes for both men and women. From all-season shoes and orthotics to work boots and safety shoes, our professional and reliable staff possesses the knowledge to help you find the proper shoes to fit your needs. Hard to fit? Hard to find?
A Proper Fit Footwear is here to give our customers happy feet. We make people aware of potential foot problems as we're sizing their feet, suggesting the right arch support, and guiding them to the proper shoes for their needs.
Stop by A Proper Fit Footwear at 4001 South Virginia Street in the Reno Town Mall today, and allow the owner Mike Jones and our fabulous staff to find the perfect pair of shoes tailored to your specific needs.
A Proper Fit Footwear in the Reno Town Mall, the home of happy feet, where comfort and your feet meet.
We're talking to Victor from Precision Diamonds. Victor, I don't know anything about jewelry at all. I don't know anything about diamonds. I need to get something for my lady.
Well, you know what, Jim? Come on in. We are your local jeweler, and we want to be your personal shopper. For 27 years, we know that we are doing business directly with the right manufacturers. We have negotiated great prices. They have the right trend, the right designs, quality, from earrings to pendants to you name it, we've got it.
That means you're going to help me from beginning to end.
My family, we've been working for this for a long time. I don't know how to change oil or anything, but I know diamonds. I know jewelry. So if you want to come in, you don't have to worry about anything. We'll find the exact gift that you're looking for that's going to make you look like $1 million, that you really took the time and effort to choose something, not just say, I'll take this. You know, your lady will know that you took the time and found a beautiful gift for her.
Thank you, Victor. Precision Diamonds, your local jeweler across from the convention center.
Businesses, writers, check this out. Go to lrpnv.com to get your printing, publishing, and professional services today. Need a virtual office? A place to receive and forward your mail with professional address and suite number for your business? Someone to answer your telephones? Want to rent a conference room for only $15 an hour? What about that book you've been wanting to have printed? LRP Printing and Business Center can do it for you, and they have a professional assistant on site daily, Monday through Friday. Just call 775-356-1004. Need copies, business cards, invoices, books, booklets, or graphic design to help brand you or your business? Just call 775-356-1004 or go to lrpnv.com. With a great selection of new and used books, you can get your printing done and a book to entertain you in your time off. And don't forget, you could have your business sponsoring the Bookhound Radio Show, just like Andrew Martoni, author of Little Man in the Map, does every week. Just go to lrpnv.com. That's lrpnv.com or call 775-356-1004. They'll provide solutions for your business and writing projects.
This is Paco, and I host In the Swing, your program about swing music and big band songs from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. You hear us right here on KPGF 93.7 FM or on the World Wide Web at americamatters.us. So tune in on Saturday mornings right here and listen to In the Swing.
Now she's gone like a little.
To join the conversation, call 844-790-TALK. That's 844-790-8255. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. This is What's the Story? I'm Janice Hermson here with Ed Knoll. This is our last segment of our 2-hour show. Wow, this day just went like, wow, fast.
I was
wow. From our little gig we did this morning.
Wow. I was going to say, I'm just speaking more words than I've talked all day. The listeners probably loving it.
Brian T. Shirley is with us and has been in this second hour. And Brian, we're so glad that you were able to stay the whole hour. Miss you being on the show with us, but I'm so glad that things are going well for you. It just seems like you have been able to, even in spite of that nasty old COVID thing, you've been able to make things work.
That was really a tough time.
Yep.
Especially in entertainment, as we all know. And several sectors of our society were hit really hard. And to come back from that, to have a heart attack.
I was going to say the heart attack too. Yeah.
And then go, all right, I'm back. No, I'm not. Here's COVID.
Yep.
Well, I was talking about that last week. We talked about where do we go when like our world goes to heck, right? Yeah. And we right. So you can have health issues, you can have everything. Where do we get the stomach to move forward sometimes?
I don't know. You know what? It's increments, because if you look at it as a big thing and oh my gosh, that's why all these 5-year plans, I'm lucky if I have a 5-day plan sometimes. So
well, all that work you did and others in your space and Jan and right, it's that delayed gratification, digging, and then the light turns on.
Yeah. And sometimes you work on these things. Like I've got stuff coming out. I don't know when. Like American Detective, that's on Discovery Plus. I did an episode of that, but I really can't tell you when, and so you do these things and you're like, waiting. And so you got to fill the spots in between. That's why I'm happy that I'm still doing stand-up, because that takes the time too. And it gives, it's another creative outlet. And if I did, and the voiceover. So that's been picking up. And
Right. Well, you
actually,
know,
come back, folks, if you want to get your book narrated, you got to talk to that lady right there. Jen Jones. She
That's
can
right.
set it up.
That's right. Absolutely. And we are going to be launching our LaRue Press Network next year officially. We're kind of open now. We've got the studio pretty much ready to roll.
It was awesome. I sat in it today.
Yeah.
I sat
yeah.
in a squeaky chair, but I sat in it today.
So yeah, we're
Is Ed? Is he going to narrate some?
I'd love to.
yeah, he might. He might.
I did narrate one. Actually, I just introduced an author who read poetry on an audiobook, but I introduced him, so I have like about 5 words.
Yeah, but you would be a great niche narrator. What I mean by that is financial books and stuff like that, or realty or whatever. Because you know the terms, it would sound better coming out of your mouth because you're educated on that. So the flow. I mean, those are
That's spellbinding.
Brian has really gone far in this world of audiobooks. You've really learned so much. We just became an affiliate for Chirp, which is audiobooks. And so we will be putting stuff out for them on our website and other places as much as I can. I got to learn the game, right, and figure out how to use it most appropriately. So, and speaking of books, I don't know if you guys have a book, but I do. And my book is Boy in the Corner, which I know I've talked about before, and we had Clyde Batavia on the show.
Quite an interesting character.
Yes, and this is a great book. So the headline being From Being the Boy in the Corner to Having a Voice at the Federal Reserve and a Seat at the Table with George H.W. Bush Administration. So he was struggled in school, and if it wasn't for his mom, he would not have been as successful as he is. She had a lot of faith in him. The teachers did not. I have shared this book with lots and lots of teachers, and they seem to like it, and they keep passing it around. If somebody wants a review copy and you're in Reno, come on by. We'll give you a review copy. We've got plenty of them. We want the word to get out because kids are important, and that they become people like Clyde, right?
Yep.
And they go do great things, despite the fact that people don't have a lot of faith in them sometimes.
Well, right. Just like our previous guest gets into programming and words, right? And people get slotted, right? And we've had that discussion that challenged kids are just kids until you start slotting them around and then they become part of the machine.
Yeah. And you can, of course, buy it on all the appropriate websites and our website as well. You can go to the book gallery nv.com and be able to buy this book there as well. So anyway, anybody else? You got anything? You got nothing. You got nothing.
Honestly, I got nothing this week.
Brian, do you got anything?
I got my book.
I knew you would.
Ring the bell. E.C. Stilson. There you go.
There you go. There you go. Ring the bell. Yes, that's perfect. Go pick that up on Amazon. See, I knew I'd have a couple.
Look at that, man! You guys rock. This is like you didn't even have to share notes; just show up and you work together.
That's right.
Yeah, you got.
We're going to get Brian out here one way or another. We'll have to have another anniversary party and do a mystery party again.
I want to be. I'd love to be in person for one of them.
Yeah,
I need to be in person to do the show too.
Yeah, that party was so fun. We did our 23rd anniversary. Well, it was 20 plus 3 because it was really the 20th anniversary. And it just was so much fun.
It was thoroughly a good time. Everyone was aggressive,
did a great job.
Aggressive in pursuing the murderer or murderess.
Oh, they were.
Right? It was.
Oh, y'all did a mystery? Dinner Detective?
Pardon me?
Y'all did Dinner Detective? Or
we did. We're also an affiliate for Mysteries on the Net, And so we got one of the parties and printed out all the documentation and had 10 different players, and Ed was one of them. Shanimal was another. I mean, we had some my grandchildren were awesome.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how good they were. So,
and it was a Western.
It was a Western.
1883.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, good time period. And we dressed.
Yeah, and nobody knew who the murderer was, including me. I was a facilitator, and so it was lots of fun, and I hope to do it again. I'm not sure how we'll put that together.
I think that's one of those things that as people simplify and get back to family, you can do that at Christmas.
Oh, I've
Thanksgiving,
done them at my house.
Thanksgiving or Christmas kind of party that's not flamboyant but unique and fun.
Right.
Yeah. We've done escape rooms. I just signed a contract to play Blowfield for a James Bond themed corporate party in Atlanta. Believe it or not.
Do you have a big white fluffy cat?
They've got it. They've got a fake cat.
No, fake. They don't give you a real one.
No. And if you don't know, if the folks listening don't know who Blowfield is, $1 million. Dr. Evil.
And that cat's got like blow dryer fluff hair. The thing looks like a basketball with the hair, but it's bright white.
Right. But you talk about retro. I'm going to start watching some Donald Pleasance movies.
Oh, you know what? I just watched The Saint. I've been watching Danger Man. Those like from the 60s. Oh, they're killer.
Hey, Brian, before we check out here, because we have less than a minute, make sure everybody knows how to find you.
Yeah, look me up on Facebook, Brian T. Shirley, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. I got my site's kind of messed up right now.
All right, that's all right. Just look him
Give
up,
me
Brian
social
T.
media,
Shirley.
baby.
That's right, Brian T. Shirley. Check him out. He's awesome, and we love you, Brian.
Yep, keep on keeping on, man. Keep up the good work. Really awesome stuff.
Thank you all.
All right, and Brian will come back again when he has some more good stories for us. And gosh, this was a great show.
Wow, I love it.
Great 2 hours. If you missed any of it, you'll be able to find it right here on Facebook and eventually on Rumble and YouTube on the LaRue Press channel. So check that out. Thanks for being with us. This is What's the Story.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up.